Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain why I am investing in Indian Bank. It is not the stock recommendations. I'm just sharing my view why I invest in the stock. Let's get into the video. I segregated this video into 5 parts. First, disclaimer. Second, how much I invested and how much I'm planning to invest more. Third, why you should not invest in Indian Bank. Fourth, analysis of the stock Indian Bank. And finally, why I am investing in the stock Indian Bank. I'll discuss in detail each page later. First, disclaimer. I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. If you want to invest, please do your own analysis. As I said, in this video, I'm going to discuss why I am investing. That's all. Little about me. I'm a short-term investor, nor long-term nor intraday. Short-term investing is working for me, so I keep doing it. It's my comfort zone. I'm investing in share market as a hobby. Why I'm making this video? Doing this gives me some confidence before investing, and possibly it will help someone to learn new things. How much I invested and how much I'm planning to invest more. So far, I bought 375 number Indian Bank stock at the rate of 140 rupees. I am planning to invest 125 more. As you can see in the unrealized gain section, I got the loss of rupees 200. I am planning to hold it for 6 months. If the stock reaches rupees 170 in 2 months, then I will sell 100 stocks. And in the following 2 months, if it reaches 190, I will book profit on another 100 more. Holding it for the long time really depends on the future quarterly result performance. Next part, why you should not invest in Indian Bank. I want to discuss this first. I believe in knowing the disadvantage of the stock is far more important. Indian PSU banks are not growth stocks. It will grow in and around with the economy of the country. PSU meaning public sector undertaking. Second, NPA, that means non-performing assets. It means for any given loan by the bank, if they didn't get interest payment for 90 days or 180 days, as per RBI regulation, then it is classified as NPA. Basically, that loan, that asset is not performing. So it's called non-performing assets. 3 years ago, 3% NPA is considered as bad. But now it becomes normal that private sector banks having 5% and PSU banks having 10%. As a warning, these are only the declared numbers. Nobody knows the true extent of the bad loans. Then the third is new age fintech companies like Google Pay, Phone Pay or Creed, etc. Most investors think this new fintech is threat for Indian banking system, but I don't. Fintech companies may be they capture transaction business, but not my money or my father's money as deposits like FD or RD, etc. It requires generation shift. I think these are the threats or why you should not invest in Indian Bank. Analysis of stock Indian Bank. The following are the some of the items you need to look out when analyzing any banking sector stock. First, CASA, that is current and saving account percentage. Basically, it is a cheap money. Banks pay less interest rate for this CASA accounts compared to other deposits such as FD or RD. The more CASA is better for bank. Second, NIM, net interest margin. It is difference in interest. Say for example, if you put 100 rupees in FD in bank will pay you 5% as interest and they lend to others as loan for 7%. So here is the difference of 2% and that is the net interest margin. Third one is cost to deposit. It is the average interest that the bank has to pay for the customer to park their money. Fourth, NPA, that is non-performing assets, it is lower the better. Fifth, provision coverage ratio. Ratio of provisions to gross NPA. Provisions. What is provisions? When lending a loan, bank knows that some borrowers might default the amount. It means they won't pay back the loan, so they have to keep aside some amount from profit as provisions for the NPA. Sixth, that is ROA or ROE, that means return of assets and return of equity. And finally, quarterly and yearly income statements such as earnings, net profit, etc. So, analysis of stock Indian Bank. There is no absolute value for CASA. The more is better. 40% is considered as healthy. Though Indian Bank is not the highest, it's not bad either. It is in the healthy region. The cost to deposit, again the cost to deposit for Indian Bank is 3.9 and the cost to deposit for SBI Bank is 3.8 and it is in line. So 3.9 versus 3.8, it is good. Same for the net interest margin, which is 2.49 versus 2.51 for SBI. Next is NPA, the non-performing assets. That is the biggest issue in PSU banks. There are two types of NPA, gross NPA and net NPA. Net NPA is the subtraction of provisions from gross NPA. The net NPA at the end of FY 2021 is 3.37. At the end of Q2 at present is 3.26. The good thing here it's in the downwards trend. At the moment, NPAs are really determining the banking stock price in Indian market. If the net NPA is reduced to 1.5, then the stock will reach 400 to 500 rupees. Then PCR. 70% is considered as healthy. Indian Bank is close to 68%. Clearly, there is a problem here in NPA. But I think market over punished the stock or the stock at present is available at discounted price slash undervalued. Similar to NPA, ROA, that is return of assets, is also an important factor in determining the banking stock price. ROA of 1 is considered as super duper bullish. Let's come back to reality. In the last few years, Indian Bank improved its ROA from zero point 0.3 to 0.64. It is expected to reach zero point 0.8 in next couple of years. In comparison to other public sector banks, Indian Bank got better ROA than SBI. Then the return of equity. It's growing around 11%. As I mentioned, it's not a growth stock, it's in line with the country's economic growth. Then coming to the quarterly earnings. There is a slight dip in the income earnings, which is not good but to look for. Need to keep an eye on next quarterly results. After expands and provisions in the last two quarter, bank made profit of 1100 crores, which makes the trailing 12-month profit come as 4500 crores. The bank market cap is around 17,000 crores. So basically you can buy the whole bank on 3-4 years profit. Then yearly statement. The jump in income here is due to the merger of Allahabad Bank with Indian Bank. Again, they made a very good profit in the last financial year for the present market cap. Then finally, why I am investing in the stock Indian Bank. Investing in stock market is about finding a cheap stock and making profit from it. Here are list of PSU banks and its fundamental values. Based upon the fundamentals of the PSU, I assign the score to its market valuation. Lower the score, cheaper for the sector. I used this scoring system for various sectors such as IT, engineering. It never let me down. Even though the Punjab and Sindh Bank per stock is cheaper, but for its fundamentals it is expensive. So, in this case, Indian Bank is the cheapest stock comparison with all PSU sector banks for its fundamentals. Thanks for watching. I hope you all got some information.